In this podcast, we're going to take a look at Autodesk Backburner. The Autodesk Backburner distributed queuing system is a background rendering network system that allows animation scenes to be rendered by many computers working together on the same network. The main and obvious reason to use Backburner is to render a massive amount of frames in the shortest period of time. The ideal setup includes high-performance blade servers, SAN storage systems, and possibly clusters. In reality, most of us don't have the luxury and the resources to own such a render farm. You probably own only one decent machine and a couple of old computers. So what are the advantages of using Backburner? One of them would be the ability to use your old machine to render animation scenes while you work, thus saving render time on the main station. You could also use Backburner to queue render jobs. After your workday, you could start Backburner and it will render your job one after the other, depending, of course, of its assigned priorities. For small facilities, you could install and use Backburner on other department machines. Surely the accounting department is not using their machines during the night. You could take advantage of their processing power. Every bit helps. When you have to render out to extremely large sizes, you can also use Backburner to leverage rendering resources on a single machine, or to share the task across your network. While submitting a job to Backburner through 3ds Max, the split scanline option allows you to tell Backburner to render the still image in multiple bands. One of the big advantages of using split scanline is that it reduces the memory used to render the frame, preventing out-of-memory errors. After the bands are rendered, the feature tells Backburner to reassemble all the bands to form the desired image. This is what we're going to see in the second part of the podcast. Let's take a look at Backburner's components. First, we have the manager.exe application. The Backburner manager is the central hub of the distribution system. Like the name implies, the manager is in charge of distributing all the jobs it receives. The jobs are sent to the manager by client application like 3ds Max. Once the jobs are received, the manager will distribute the commands to the server. Next, we have the server.exe application. The Backburner server acts as a host for the rendering engines, or in Backburner terminology, the rendering plugins. When you launch a server application, you will see a list of Autodesk applications that are installed and registered to work with the server. The server accepts command jobs from the manager and is in charge of launching the proper application to get that job done. Finally, we have the monitor.exe application. The Backburner monitor is simply the application providing a user interface for Backburner. The monitor allows you to start, suspend, or delete jobs. Of course, it has many other options. You can run one of two flavors of the monitor application. We have the monitor.exe application that runs as a typical Windows application, or the web monitor that can be launched from any web browser. Note that both programs offer the same functionalities. In part 2 of the podcast, we'll cover the installation of Autodesk Backburner, how to set it up for 3ds Max 2009 jobs, and how to use the split scanline option within 3ds Max.